Welcome back, everyone, to Draft Day Sports Pro Basketball 2024. In the last video, we went 6-6, I believe it was. Uploaded just yesterday. I want to do another video today. Got a little bit of free time. So let's jump into it. We are 25-23 on January 28th. So we have the All-Star break coming up. But before that, we'll have a few games. So we'll go ahead and start, and we have the Condors in the first game. Check and make sure things are how they should be, and they look to be with just a couple of injuries. All right, let's go ahead and play the Condors. All right, we have a win. Looks like Steve Bennett with a double-double, 21 points, 13 rebounds. I'm going to try to check at the All-Star break once again on the contracts just to make sure nothing has changed. But I do believe this is Bennett's final year under his contract with us. And I hate to lose him, but I don't think there's much we can do about it. Daniels has 12 points off the bench. Fortson with 35. Wow, 15 free throws, or 14 of 15 free throws. Also took 15 three-pointers. That's a lot. 21 and 13 for Bennett, 10 points for Parker. I'm still not entirely satisfied with the offense. The defense is good. The offense, even when we win, I see weaknesses that I'm not completely satisfied with how things are running. But we've tried every form of offense, and I don't know that things can get much better. We have Rich returning as the seventh man. So we have the burn here in the first game. We are really solid at home. 19-5 is pretty good. I mean, obviously it's pretty good, but I'm not telling you anything you don't know. Aaron Fortson with 30 points and another win. I'm thinking we just stay with the balanced offense, at least for this season. Aaron Fortson with 30, Rich with 14, Daniels with 12, Voskuhl with 24 points, 6 assists, 8 rebounds. Parker with 19 points, 10 rebounds. So picking up a couple of wins here early on. The NBA playoffs are underway now, and I may actually sit down later this evening and watch a game. I do not have cable because I'm cheap. I do have Max, which well, I saw earlier today that they'll be having a couple games this evening. So let me sit down and watch one. I haven't watched an NBA game, I don't think, in like 4 years. You have the Beams next. That's a loss, but I don't know. I don't know what to take from it because they are literally the best team in this league. We shot 44 three-pointers. That is a lot. And to only hit 9 is not good. We are running the balanced offense, I believe, right? I'll check the strategy on that, but I believe that's what we're running. Because that almost seems like a perimeter-based offense. But it could just be that those were the shots that were open during that game. The Commodores are next. Okay, so we've lost a couple of games here, but to really good teams. So I don't know that I want to change much of anything. They're also both away games, so they're games that kind of projected to have lost. So a couple wins, couple losses. Depth chart still looks as it should. Pioneers are next. And we are the favorite here. So let's go ahead, play this game. And we do come away with a 20-point win. Steve Bennett with a double-double. Daniels with 25. Forts with 16. Fosca with 12. And Crowley with 13. So pretty good game for most of the starters. Looks like Parker didn't play but only 14 minutes, so he didn't have the best game. Looks like foul trouble. Man, Daniels with 25 off the bench. He was our leading scorer. So good on him. 12 points a game. Yeah, so his productivity for us has really increased this season compared to the last couple of seasons. Keep going. No games on this day. We have the Irish in the next game, and they are pretty good, but kind of poor away. So I still feel pretty good about this game. We also have Bryson returning, looks like. So that should help us out. When we're completely healthy, this is not a bad starting lineup at all. And we also have a few good pieces off the bench. So I kind of feel like our numbers are a bit underwhelming. Okay, there's a loss. Now this is one I kind of want to go look at because I kind of feel we should have won this game. Also see some trades happening, so I think the trade deadline is upon us. And I went to the completely wrong thing. Let's go back a day and look at this loss. Okay, again, we shot very poor from 3. I don't know that we want to run a perimeter-based offense. I mean, Rich is obviously an excellent three-point shooter. But aside from him, I don't know that we have a great outside offense. Fortson was 2 of 10. Crowley was 0 of 4. Voskel is 0 of 3. So I don't know that you want to run a post-based offense because Bennett, if you want to go on the inside, he's not a bad scorer, but he's more of there for his rim protection. You can see his rebounding numbers. So I don't know what to do, or if there's anything we can do in terms of offense. Defensively, I am going to just. Oh, we were doing straight man to man. Okay. Well, maybe we should make a change on that depending on our next opponent. And once again, more trades are going through here. So let's look at the alerts. Today is the trade deadline, so I don't know that we want to make any trades. Let's see, currently we are 7th. So definitely still in the playoff picture. Good change. Honestly, if we were going to trade anybody, and I believe I'm right about this. Before we do that, let's look at the contract situation. So I know, yes, Bennett is still. It says he still plans on waiting for free agency, as you see right here. So really, we could unload Bennett. We could also maybe unload Mitchell. I don't know that we want to bring him back. He had a decent rookie season, but his sophomore season has, you see his numbers have dwindled. Of course, he's playing less minutes. We signed better guards, but I don't know that we're going to keep him long term. So maybe we could. I mean, you could get a lot out of Bennett and Mitchell as a combo. And who would we sign with that though, or who would we trade for? Because if you look at the starting lineup, we have a decent starting lineup. I mean, I think a smart thing would maybe be to trade for another big, but you could also make the argument that you just wait for free agency, let the contract run out, try to sign him back. That way you have, face you've always had, familiar player, still have a great rebounder, good rim protector. I mean, you can't get a better rebounder and rim protector really than Steve Bennett. So, do we make a trade, or do we just hang on and see what happens once free agency hits? Also, I mean, his contract is worth almost $40 million a year. So even with that being unloaded alone, there's a ton you could do in free agency with that contract off your shoulders. So honestly, I'm thinking of just leaning into keeping things as they are. And if he wants to re-sign, great. If not, you could definitely get a quality player for probably less money. Because, I mean, realistically, when you look at it, yes, he's a great rim protector. But at the same time, you're paying $38 million for a guy who makes 11 points a game. So if you want to help with your scoring, which is one thing we've really suffered from, then why pay all that money to a guy who only averages 11 points a game, 12 rebounds a game? I mean, there are other players who can get you near the same number of rebounds, and there are plenty of players who make more than 11 points per game. You may give up on the rim protecting. He does average almost 3 blocks a game, but he's a terrific player. You can see the stars. He's young. He's 25. Still has at least 4 or 5 productive years left. But, I mean, if we make the trade, we don't really know what player we're getting. If you wait around, see what happens in the draft, see who's available in free agency, I think you have more freedom of making a choice if you just wait things out. And you can still make the playoffs this season if you just let his contract ride out. Maybe have a decent playoff run. There's a chance at it. So I'm leaning toward just keeping him and just letting things play as they are. And we'll let Mitchell go at the end of the season. Well, we'll try to re-sign Bennett once we get to free agency, or at least talk to him. But I don't know that he's worth the money we're paying him. I mean, as I said, he's a great player, but is he a $38 million a year player? I don't know. There may be better options. So we'll go ahead and play the Royals here. Let's check out and see. They're very in the middle on three-point shooting, very in the middle on field goal percentage. They're not a very good shot blocking team. I wonder if we can turn the offense, at least for this game, into a post type of offense and just keep the straight man-to-man on defense. Curious about that. Let's try that. I'm just playing around a little bit. Let's do a post focus. Straight man-to-man. Okay. Great win. Voskuhl with 21 points. Bennett with 13 and 13. Parker with a much better game than usual, 16 and 15. Great game for him. Yeah, pretty happy with that. We still took 29 three-pointers despite doing a post-focused offense. but didn't shoot too bad from three. We won the rebound battle big time. Lost the turnover battle, but as you know, I think we're going to be a team that struggles with taking care of the ball. I don't think there's anything we can do. We've tried every type of offense, and it's something that we have to live with at this point. All right, we have the Pioneers next. And let's check and see who the injured player is. Parker. Man, that stinks. Well, I don't know that we want to do a post-focus game because our best post scorer is out. So Daniels is more of an outside shooter. Bennett's not really a scorer unless he just happens to be at the right place at the right time. So I think we change our offense back to a balanced offense. And we can check and see what kind of team the Pioneers are. They're a really good three-point shooting team. So we may want to run a defense that cuts back on and prevents them from shooting so many three-pointers, which would be an attack, man-to-man. I never really used this down here, and I mean, we could. But it's cool that it's there. Like Bennett, assignment, perimeter player. I guess this is the upcoming. There's a dude named Patrick Patrick. I like that. This is the upcoming team, I would guess. Let's look one more time. I'm just curious about this. Let's look at well, they run a 7 seconds offense, so they're probably going to take a lot of three-pointers. But I'm curious about who their best shooter is in terms of stats. Anyway, let's look at the stats. Well, Patrick Patrick shoots 49% from three, but he only takes 1 3 a game, or sorry, 2 3s a game. If you look at Tim Porter, he takes like 7 a game. He's really good. So does Monfrey. So these guys take more threes. Patrick Patrick, I think must be a bench player. Leverman's he might even play. He's only played 27 games. So I think we want to focus defensively on Howard, Porter, and Monfrey. They take the most threes, particularly. Let's look at Monfrey because he shoots 48% from three, takes 6 a game. So I'm wondering if we can let's choose Fortson. On Monfrey. I don't know what this will do. We'll see what it does. See if that prevents him from going off on 3. And they are. We'll just try to balanced offense, I think. Okay. Don't want to do a post offense. And we'll try to limit their 3s at the attack. So let's go ahead. Well, that didn't work out. Monfrey still had 22 points. Went 8 of 19, 4 of 7 from 3. So the whole thing I did with the strategy did not do much. Well, it was worth trying out. Okay, we have the Outlaws here next. Now I'll run a few more games. We're 56 games in. So we'll run a few more. This is a home game, so it's against a team that's not really all that great. So I'm not too awful worried about. I feel like this will be a win. I'm going to go straight man-to-man. Make sure Daniels is out, though, and Parker. So we're running a bit small. That's okay. Let's go ahead and play. Very close game, but we lost. I can't help but be a little bit aggravated because I feel like we should be better than we are. And I don't know what to do about it. We've tried multiple things. We have the Blast in the next game. No injured players. We're pretty good at home. Yet they're the favorite in this game, which nobody's injured on their team. So let's say we go ahead. All right. It's a good win there. All right, we have the All-Star weekend here, and I don't know if we'll have anybody. Looks like Terry Rich was in the 3-point contest, but did not go very far. Back and look. Yeah, he was in the contest, but did not get past the first round, which is kind of surprising. You have Monfrey over here we just talked about, who's also in it, but also did not make it past the first round. So Jabari Morton wins. So, is what it is. Here's the future stars, and I don't expect anybody. We don't really have a very good young base, unfortunately, so I don't expect anybody there. We might have a guy or two on the All-Star team, but it would be Fortson or Bennett. I don't know that we'll check and see. Yeah, Fortson was on the team, but he did not score. He went 0 for 3. And that's looks like that's all there is from our team. So, I mean, I love Bennett. It's not even on the All-Star team. We're paying $38 million for a guy who's not on the All-Star team. I don't feel terrible about letting him go. I mean, I do get, in a sense, I do get attached to completely fictional players that don't exist in real life. But in another sense, it would give us some freedom to make some choices if his contract weren't there all of a sudden. All right, so we are 30 and 28. I think I could end the video here. We have no injured players. We're 58 games in. This still looks really good. So once again, I think we went 5 and 5 in this video. And we can do the next video. We can do 12 games, which will take us to 70 games deep into the season. And then we'll do a last video of the last dozen games to finish out season 5 whenever I'm able to. And then we'll be at the playoffs, or if we aren't in the playoffs, we will skip ahead to the off season. The way things look right now, yeah, we're still securely in the playoff spot. I mean, we are 6th, which means, if I'm not mistaken, this is the 7th through 10th spot that do the playing games. So if the playoffs started today, we would be securely in. So that's kind of the plan we will run with, is to stop here and do 2 more videos whenever I'm able to finish out this season. And with that being said, hope you enjoy your Sunday evening. And until next time.